Shuli, Greek officials are sounding optimistic after last night's meeting between Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras and his European counterparts that they may have now agreed to separate the intransigent issues of pensions and debt restructuring from the more urgent issue of financing Greece through the next few months. Those larger issues would be sent down the road about 9 months from now, while an interim deal that may be announced as early as today or tomorrow would deal with how to finance Greece from now until the end of the year. And that would contain a couple of elements. First of all, addressing a tax revenue shortfall of $2 to $2.5 billion. Greece would be called upon to raise that from consumer tax and would apparently agree to do so. And also, the amount of tax that Greece would spend servicing the debt over the next 4 years would be halved in comparison to the standing agreement now. So Greece would pay $12 to $13 billion rather than 24 or 25. But that all remains to be clarified and confirmed. Shuli.
Yeah, it does sound more optimistic, John. Greece's creditors have always been keen to link deals to reforms in Greece. Does that mean that Greece is now more willing to compromise on issues like pension cuts?
Well, Greece has been saying for the last few months and weeks, certainly, that it is willing to compromise on a number of issues. Such as the repayment of certain sums that are still disputed. There are larger issues, however, pensions and labour law and minimum wage, which are much more difficult for a left-wing government to agree upon. That is why those are now being kicked down the road if this report that we're hearing turns out to be correct. Of course, the significance of the 9-month gap between now and next March is that that is the amount of time left for the International Monetary Fund's oversight program to run. Once the IMF is out of the picture, presumably Greece would ask for a deal with only its European counterparts in the European Union. We're also hearing that it would seek to transfer the amount of debt owned by the IMF and the European Central Bank into European mechanisms, probably the European Stability Mechanism. That's the body that currently owns most of Greece's debt that is institutional. Greece would, I think, ask for all of the debt in the IMF and the ECB to be transferred there. Then, in March of next year, Greece would be talking only to European leaders, and it would have essentially a 1-to-1 negotiation process rather than a 3-to-1 negotiation process. I think that is the plan that the Greeks are currently hoping for. Shuli.
OK, John, thank you very much indeed for that. John Soropoulos in Athens there. Well, the news is being welcomed in Brussels. EU Economic Affairs Commissioner Pierre Moscovici has warned Athens to step up its efforts to finalise a deal. He said, "I really like Greek tragedy, but now we must move to the happy ending. We're close to the landing strip. There's political will. We can and must succeed."